Here's a sobering truth most baby boomers don't want to hear. There's a 70% chance you'll need long term care at some point in your life. And the average cost? In Minnesota, it's $146,000 per year for a nursing home. In Florida, $128,000. Those were the numbers for 2024, and the costs are rising faster than inflation. That could wipe out everything you've worked your entire life to build. Hi, I'm Chuck Roulette. I'm an estate and elder law attorney with almost 30 years of experience helping families in Minnesota and Florida protect their homes and life savings. And that 70% statistic I just shared, well, it's not from some fear-mongering website. It comes directly from two sources. Genworth Financial, one of the largest long-term care insurance providers in the country, and the federal government is saying the same thing. In fact, a 2019 paper from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services states, quote, "Our results show that 70% of adults who survive to age 65 develop severe long-term services and supports needs before they die," unquote. And then goes on to say that, quote, "The prospect of becoming disabled and needing long-term services and supports is perhaps the most significant risk facing older Americans," unquote. Yet most people are dangerously unprepared. Now, before we begin, if you haven't already, make sure you click the like and subscribe button so you'll be notified when I post new videos like this one. And make sure to share it with anyone that may find the information helpful. If you have a question, post it in the comments and I may answer it in an upcoming video. And if you stay until the end, I'll share some resources where you can discover more. So here's what most people don't realize. If you need long-term care, you're likely going to need it for years, not months. According to research, men who need long-term care will need it for an average of 2.2 years. For women, that number jumps to 3.7 years, and the costs are staggering. In Minnesota in 2024, a shared nursing home room averages $146,000 per year. That's over $12,000 every single month. A home health aide costs $96,000 annually. In Sarasota County on Florida's Gulf Coast, a shared nursing home room runs approximately $128,000 per year. A home health aide costs over $82,000 annually. And here's the kicker. Again, these costs are rising faster than inflation. Let's do some quick math. If you're a woman in Minnesota who needs a nursing home care for the average 3.7 years, you're looking at over $540,000 at today's rates. Over my 30 years in practice, I've heard the same dangerous myths over and over. So let me bust the top 5 right now. Myth number 1, it won't happen to me. This is the most common myth. People tell themselves they're healthy, they exercise, it won't happen to them. But remember, 7 out of 10 people over 65 will need some sort of long-term care. It's more likely than not you're going to need it. Myth number 2, Medicare covers it. This might be the most expensive misunderstanding in America. Medicare only covers skilled nursing care for up to 100 days following a qualifying hospital stay. It does not cover custodial care, help with bathing, dressing, eating, which is what most people actually need. And even skilled care ends at 100 days. Myth number 3, I have long-term care insurance, so I'm fine. I once worked with a woman who thought she was completely protected because she had long-term care insurance. When we reviewed her policy, it paid $4,000 a month and was capped at 2 years. But the average cost of a nursing home in Minnesota was $12,000 per month, and the average stay for a woman was almost 4 years. Her insurance covered only 1/3 of her costs and would likely run out halfway through her likely care needs. She would still need over $400,000 out of pocket. Myth number 4, my will or trust protects me. A will or trust is an estate planning tool. It controls what happens after you die, but it does absolutely nothing to protect your assets from long-term care costs while you're alive because you still own everything. Myth number 5, I'll just give everything to my kids. Well, here's the problem. Medicaid has a 60-month look-back period. Any transfer for less than fair market value in the previous 5 years triggers a penalty period where you're ineligible for benefits. I've seen families in absolute crisis because of this. Mom needs care now, but she gave assets to the kids 2 years ago. Now she doesn't qualify for Medicaid, doesn't have the money to pay for care, and the kids can't afford to help. So what's the answer? The number one way middle-class families are actually paying for long-term care is through Medicaid. Not Medicare, Medicaid. But the government wants you to spend down almost everything first. In Minnesota, you need to be below 3,000 in assets. In Florida, below 2,000. Now, some assets, like your primary residence, are not subject to the spend down. However, federal law requires states to recover against your remaining assets, like your home, after you pass away to repay them for benefits it provided. And here's what most people don't know. Federal law specifically provides strategies to protect your home and savings while still qualifying for Medicaid benefits. This is called elder law planning. It's different from estate planning. Estate planning determines what happens to your assets after you die. Elder law planning protects your assets from long-term care costs while you're alive. And just because you worked with an estate planning attorney, even a really good one, doesn't mean you have elder law planning in place. Many estate planning attorneys don't practice in this specialized area. The best time to do this planning is before you need care because of that 60-month look-back period. But even if you're facing an immediate crisis, there are still strategies that can help. Every month you wait is another month of exposure. For nearly 30 years, I've helped thousands of families in Minnesota and Florida protect their homes and life savings. If you're between 60 and 82, own your home, and have assets you want to protect, we should talk. If you would like to discover more or to schedule a consultation to discuss your own planning, visit us at roulettelaw.com. You can also download your copy of my guide, Save Our Home, How to Protect Your Home and Life Savings from Long-Term Care and Nursing Home Costs. There's a link in the description below. And I invite you to join us in my upcoming exclusive masterclass where I reveal strategies I use with my private clients. Again, you can sign up through the link in the description below. Don't let the long-term care crisis become your family's financial catastrophe. The question isn't whether you'll need long-term care. Statistics say you probably will. The real question is, will you be ready? Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in an upcoming video and the masterclass. Be well.